I often, as I got older and I was in middle school and in high school, the world, as y'all heard this morning, it's what I lived by. I allowed my friends to say whether I looked good enough, whether, I was thin enough, I was fat enough. I had a laundry list of things that I had to try to reach, to feel like that I could be that perfect person. I think that we're always trying. It's very easy for us to sit at a conference here today and say, yes, God, I love God. We're going to go out and we're going to live for God and we're going to be pure and we're going to, do everything that we need to do to be this person. But you're going to go back home. You are going to leave this conference. You are going to be with your friends outside of youth group, within your youth group, and you're going to have to still say, I want to emulate Mary. I want to be pure in mind, pure in body, and pure in soul. We have to tackle all the things that come and take up our minds. We can't even really blame it on the world today. Why? As I said this morning, because it's our decision. It's the choices that we make. It's the choices that we make in saying, I'm going to allow myself to look at this magazine and think that I need to be a size 0, double 0, or whatever the heck it is that they put on the covers of magazines today. And then I'm going to end up treating my body not as the temple of the Holy Spirit that it is, but instead just as some kind of piece of flesh to live in this world. And by taking hold of our minds, allowing the world to take hold of our minds, and allowing the world, by getting through our mind and then destroying our bodies, it destroys our spirit. Right? I have a list of things, if you'll pull that up. It's a survivor list. I've been through things in my life, and I used to call myself a victim. I can easily say, yes, I was a victim of rape, a victim of many things. But I no longer will say that. I've survived these things. Fear. Some of these I'm still trying to survive. Somebody said we were in Mass today, and I think the priest was saying, what are we, going to stay clear from? What are we going to fear? And the young man behind me said, we're going to fear the devil. I said, oh no. We don't need to fear the devil because the battle's already been won. But the problem is that the devil is going to get in to us in all these things that I have listed. Because there is a fight. He knows that God already has you, but he's going to fight. He's going to fight to try to get you back, to try to keep you in his grasp, to try to keep you in that sin. And I will tell you that there's many of these things that I tend to still deal with. We're not perfect. I believe God, I believe God's promises, but I'm still a human. So I have to wake up every morning and say, God, please be with me so that I can keep surviving some of these things. Fear is one of them. Fear of heights. And my teens will laugh at me because we went, it's not just you. It's not just you that is suffering and feeling like a victim of all of these things. It is sad. And it does break my heart. And when you hear about somebody else, as we're reading somebody else's survival list, it breaks your heart. So why not looking at your own? Let's do something about it. There's 600 girls in here, I think they told me. About 600 women in here. single one of those papers has something that we all can relate to. But as she said, the greatest thing that we all have in common is that we're all children of God. And that we were all, it's gonna make me cry, we were all created by God. And God is love, and He loves us. And it breaks His heart to see that the devil is warping our minds, taking away the purity of our mind, taking away the purity of our body, and taking away the purity of our spirit. He wants to do anything he can to allow you to see that you can be pure in mind, pure in body, pure in spirit, despite the scars you feel you have, despite the way that you feel you might have just ruined it. You are not ruined. Because with God, you can have that pure of mind. You can have that pure soul. You can have that pure body. And if you feel any different, then you're being a victim. You're being a victim to the devil's lies. And don't allow that to happen. Don't. You be that survivor. I'm a survivor. Every day, I wake up and I say, God, this is your day. What can I do for you? Because I will only be happy in the moment if I am doing for you, because I don't want the devil to come in any way. I do not want to be tempted. Please keep me from temptation, and please keep me from evil. This weekend is about testifying